Jai Hind. Okay, my dear students, today we will start with the one more very important chapter, that is magnetic effect of electric current. So already in the first video we have studied what is electromagnetism and what are the properties of magnets, okay, and what are the properties of magnetic field lines. So many things we have studied in the first video. Those who have not seen the first video, please go and see it. Okay, and one more thing, as I have seen, there are so many views of our videos, but the subscribers are very less. So I request you people, please subscribe my channel, because if you subscribe, I tell you, that will be the very good boost for us, so that we can get a more energy to do the videos. Okay, all right then. So today we will start the magnetic effect of electric current part 2. Okay then. So in the part 2 we will discuss something very important, that only the electric current will not induces the magnetic field even in the human body. See here, if I touch it like this, so the sensation or the information will go to the mind. Okay, so in which manner, in which way the information will go to the mind? Simply that information will go in the form of electrical signals, electrical impulses. That means even in our body the electrical impulses are moving. That means where there is a movement of electrical impulses or electric current, then there will be a, you know, that magnetic field induces, that induces the magnetic field, isn't it? So like that, here also in our body you can see there will be a magnetic field in our body. Am I right? Yes. So most significantly, but the current which is flowing in our body, the electrical impulses which are moving in our body are not inducing so much of magnet. Why? Because the the electric current which is moving in our body is very negligible. Okay, that means the current which is flowing in the body, if you compare that with a common current, then the current which is flowing in the body is very less. Okay, that's why we will not feel much magnetic field in that, but a significant magnetic field you can find in our body, that is one in the brain, another one in the heart. Okay, I told you in the even the life process also, the first electrical impulse for the contraction and relaxation of a heart will start from the SA node. Those who have not seen that video, that is a life process, in the biology section I am telling you, in that a circulatory system what we have discussed, please go and watch that. You will come to know the contraction and relaxation of a heart is because of a electrical impulse which is generates first in the SA node, that is there in the right atrium. Okay, right then. So as I told you, we will find magnetic field, right? Magnetic field significantly or more measurably. You can measure it. You can measure it in the heart as well as brain. Okay, so that's why even we will use magnetic resonance image. By using the magnetic field, a medical field will find out the cancer cells, which we very easily we cannot find with a common scan, but in the MRI scan we can definitely find the cancer causing cells. Okay, all right. So after this we will move on to the very important one more concept which has given a revolution in the history of electricity, that is a concept of motor. Right. So what is that motor? That we will study little while later, but first we will see this. In the year 1821, Michael Faraday, you know that he has not got so much of education, formal education, but he was working as a book binder in a book binding shop, but he was having that habit of reading all the books which have come to the binding. Right, but in his time there was a very famous scientist, Humphrey Davy, who was giving his writings for the binding purpose, and the Michael Faraday, who was reading it and getting so much of inspiration from those copies, and started doing the experiments. Okay, right. So in a interview, Humphrey Davy was interviewed by a media, and he was asked by the media that what is your achievement in your entire life. That time Humphrey Davy, a teacher to the Michael Faraday, he said proudly that my achievement in my lifetime is the Michael Faraday only. My gift to the world is the Michael Faraday only. Like that. So even he has not got the formal education like we people are getting right now. Simply, even though just a interest in the science, he become a scientist. Right? So today we are seeing this electricity which is generated by the mechanical energy, isn't it? So that mechanical energy can be converted into electrical energy that was given by the Michael Faraday itself only, isn't it? Before that, we were getting the electricity by simply chemicals like cells, like batteries, right? So he was worrying about that, and simply he has given us a very, very important concept, that is mechanical energy can be converted into electrical energy, and that device which we will use for that is a dynamo. That was given by Michael Faraday, and before that he just have experimented on this thing that he has kept a wait a second, it is simply doing a drama with me. I'll just adjust it. Okay, right. Why it is shaking like this? I'm not okay. Right. So he has taken a current carrying conductor. You know that current carrying conductor. Current will be denoted by a symbol I. Current is moving in the upward direction. Current carrying conductor is placed in the magnetic field. Okay, you know that this is a magnetic field. Magnetic field will be shown by a symbol called B, and above that there will be an arrow mark like this that shows that it is a vector quantity, right? It gives a direction, right? All right. So then he just has given us a simple thing that when a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, then that it also, the current carrying conductor also induces a magnetic field, and here there is already a magnetic field. There will be a two magnetic field, and they are clashing each other in the opposite direction, and that causes the mechanical force on the current carrying conductor, right? So the direction of the current carrying conductor, that we will discuss it little bit later. Before that, we will move on to the experiment that is a kicking wire experiment. Simply this one only I will take it here. So think that this is the north and south, and I will rub it. Simply in the year 1821, Michael Faraday has conducted this experiment, and just remember this is part 2 we are doing right now. Okay, and this is a horseshoe magnet. Simply think like that, horseshoe magnet, right? Horseshoe magnet, you know that horseshoe magnet is have like this type of poles, right? And this wire is connected with the battery, right? And here there is a switch. I hope you people are getting right now. Okay, and this one is immersed in a mercury bowl, right? And from here this wire is taken like this. Here you will find a mercury. What is this? Mercury. Okay, and this one will be connected like this. Okay, and this is connected like this, and when see these two wires, I take A and B end is not connected with the C end. This is a C end. Here there is a C end which completes a circuit. Okay, right then. So simply if you on the current, switch on, if you on the current, then current start passing through it, and current will pass through the mercury also. Mercury is a conductor. Why? It is a metal, but it is there in the liquid form. So current is flowing in this direction. When currents flowing in this direction, immediately, so it starts moving like this. Okay, it starts, see here, I will give you B dash. Okay, moving inward direction. That means a kicking wire experiment. Suppose if you change the, then if you off the switch, then once again it come back to its original position. Then if you simply change the direction of current like this, see here, simply change the direction of current, plus and minus, then you see here current direction will be like this, okay, current direction will be like this. Then this AB end will come like this, see here, now it is a B dash, the wire will come in the outward direction, okay, in the outward direction, right. So this experiment we call it as a kicking wire experiment. Why? So a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, will experiences a mechanical force that will be shown by this experiment. Understood? That will be shown by this experiment. All right. So then, sir, how we have to identify actually the force acting on the conductor in which direction, right? How we have to understand, how we have to come to know that a force is definitely the force is acting on the conductor which is carrying a current, but that force is in which direction, how to identify it, how to understand that. Very simple. For that we have to go for a Fleming's left hand rule, right? All right, simply I will rub it, only one point I will rub it, okay. So we will continue with the same diagram, and so that to make you more clear, they assume that this is the horseshoe magnet, right, and this is our south pole, north pole, and here we have connected a, or simply I will remove it. See, assume that there is a flow of current in this, then simply we will try to understand what is left hand rule. Whose left hand rule? Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule, FLHR. Okay, what it says? Very simple. See here. So what he says, simply stretch your first three fingers of left hand. Thumb, forefinger or an index finger and a middle finger. So stretch such a way that all the first three fingers should be perpendicular to each other. See, the perpendicular to each other. Then he says simply the forefinger or the index finger will show the direction of magnetic field. Then the middle finger. So I will write the magnetic field will be B like this. See, I think you people can catch it now from the camera. This is B. Okay, and here I will write. So this will show the direction of I. That means current. See, direction of current. Then the thumb will always give the force, the direction of force, F I will write, direction of force, FBI, direction of force acting on the conductor. So in which direction the force is acting on the conductor? So that will be in the inward direction. See, it is very simple, right? FBI, you know that American, a crime branch you can take, right? There is a FBI branch which investigate so many crimes like this, isn't it? So like in our country, FBI is there in the America. So simply to remember this thing, FBI. What is B? Simply it is a magnetic field. I is current, right? F is force. All right. So state the Fleming's left hand rule, which is very simple. How we have to state it? So simply say the stretch the first three fingers of left hand, so that they are perpendicular to each other. In that, the forefinger or the index finger will show the direction of magnetic field, and the middle finger will show the direction of current. Then the thumb will show the force, direction of force acting on the conductor. So if the current is in the upward direction and magnetic field will be in this direction, then so this conductor will go in the which direction? In the inward direction. Simply we will reverse this. Okay, the flow of current we will change it now. Simply we will change it. Then what will be the force on the, what will be the direction of force on the conductor? Simply same, use the left hand rule only. See here, this always show the B. That means B means what? Direction of magnetic field, and this shows the direction of current, and this means what it is? Thumb shows the direction of force acting on the conductor. If it is coming out, that means the conductor is coming out. Understood? That is Fleming's left hand rule. One more magical rule I will tell you. One more magical rule given by the same Fleming itself only. What is that? That is right hand palm rule. See, I will say this is a palm, right? Right hand palm rule. Simply hold your right hand like this. So all these four fingers will show the direction of magnetic field. Okay. Then this thumb will show the direction of current, and the palm will show the direction of force acting on the conductor. Simply see here, this is the magnetic field, and the current is going in the thumb direction. Then palms facing towards which side? Your side. That means the conductor is coming towards you, right? Towards you. Simply we will change it like this. Okay, right. So then we will apply the same right hand palm rule. It is not given in your book. I tell you, simply learn it. It's a very interesting and magical rule. I tell you, it's a magical rule given by the Fleming Fleming only, right? Simply take like this. These four fingers are showing the direction of magnetic field B, right? And the thumb is showing the direction of current. See, direction of current. Then my palm is directing towards inside, right? So that is a very interesting and magical. No, that is very interesting and magical. That's why please do remember this also. Understood? Okay, many a times it was asked like this. See, I will write here a magnetic field. I will take a magnetic field like this, right? A magnetic field is in this direction. That means here there is a north pole, right? So that side it is south pole. So north to south always. So this side it is a north pole, N it is, right? That side it is a south pole. Magnetic field lines are in this direction. Okay, right. So magnetic field lines, if it is moving inside, then we will show it with this symbol into like this, right? So in that, if the conductor is placed like this, okay, which is having a current flow in it, right? It is having a current flow in it in this direction. See here, in this direction. Okay, right. Then find out the force acting on it. I tell you one more thing very important. Force is equal to current, magnetic field and length of the conductor. Understood? So force always we will measure in terms of Newton. Current we measure in terms of ampere. Very good. Magnetic field we measure in terms of Tesla. Length we will measure in terms of meter. Okay, right? So suppose if you want to find out the magnetic field common unit, this is a Tesla is a SI unit. if you want to find the common unit for the magnetic field, then simply T, you keep it like that only, Newton, these two will come down, ampere meter. Newton per ampere meter is a common, see here, Newton per ampere meter is a common, it's a common unit for magnetic field, and magnetic field we measure in terms of Tesla, that is SI unit. So suppose if you say 1 Tesla is nothing but 1 Newton of work per 1 ampere meter, you can define 1 Tesla. 1 Tesla is nothing but 1 Newton of work per 1 Newton of work or force, 1 Newton of force, I am sorry, 1 Newton of force per ampere meter. All right. So I think you people have got it. The 1 Tesla is nothing but 1 Newton per ampere meter. Okay. Suppose here I will take simply to expand some knowledge regarding this one. I am taking suppose a force. We don't know how much force is acting on it. Direction I will come to that. But current is flowing in this one. That is, say for example 2 ampere. Always we measure the current in amperes. You know that already in the electricity lesson we have studied it. Those who have not seen the electricity lesson, electricity video, there are 2 videos I made. So please go and check it. Okay, there are 2 videos on the electricity lesson, part 1 and part 2, right? So please, one more time I am asking you, if you are liking my videos, please subscribe my channel and share to your friends also. Okay, then I is 2 ampere, then field will be, say for example 3 Tesla. Field will be, there is a field in the inward direction 3 Tesla, and length of this conductor IBL, I will take like this, around 2 meters. Then how much force is acting on it? Simply take the formula IBL. I is 2, B is 3, L is 2, 2 3s are 6, 6 2s are 12, and the force we will measure in terms of Newton, right? So this will be the force acting on this, acting on the conductor, right? Then we find out the force acting on it, but the direction of force we have to find out. For that, which rule we have to apply? Right hand palm rule or left hand rule? Fleming's left hand rule. All right, first we will try with the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so here the magnetic field lines are inward, right? Inward. See, B means forefinger will always show the B. Is it visible to you people? See, I simply give you, this is a B. B means magnetic field lines, and this will give you the I, and this will give you the force F. Okay, right. Magnetic field lines are inwards. Current is flowing in the upward direction. See, then the force acting on this conductor will be in which direction? This direction. Right? Suppose if you take this is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west. So force will be on which direction? West direction. So force will be on this direction. Simply take it here. Understood? Okay, right. We will check one more thing. Simply what I will do here, I will simply change the direction of magnetic field. So this type of questions will be asked in the examination. That's why I am doing this circus. Okay. See, only I am giving the dot. See here, dot. Then dot means magnetic field lines are coming this side, coming from that side to this side. That means that side it is north now, this side it is south, north to south, coming out from the board, okay, coming out from the board. Okay, then what will be the force and all will be same, just keep the data as it is only. Force will be 12 Newton only. Then the direction of force acting on the conductor, that we will see now. Simply the magnetic field lines are in which direction? Like this. Okay, current is in which direction? Upward direction. See, B and I is over. Then force acting on this conductor will be east side. See, east side. Getting my point? Easy, no, it is very easy. Okay, then simply apply the which rule? Right hand palm rule. Right hand palm rule. Whereas in the first video you have studied right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule will give you the direction of a magnetic field. Direction of magnetic field when a current carrying conductor, or a current thumb shows the direction of current, then the direction of magnetic field will shown by the curved fingers, right? So that is only simple thumb word, right hand thumb rule. Here I am taking a right hand, don't get confused, right hand palm rule, right hand palm rule. Right hand palm rule is a magical rule, left hand Fleming's left hand rule, both are same. Okay, here we will see these all the four fingers will show the direction of magnetic field, this will show the direction of force, and this palm will show the force acting on the conductor. That we will check it now. Okay, so now what is coming out? See here, what is coming out? Magnetic field lines are coming out, right? Current is in the upward direction. Then the force acting on this conductor will be which side? My side, this side, right? See, the face of a palm is towards me, isn't it? Okay, then so like this you can apply the right hand palm rule also for the Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, sir, we will simply change one more time, we will do some magic on it. We will simply change the instead of taking a current in this one, I simply throw a electron in it, in this direction. Throw a electron in this direction, that means in the downward direction. Okay, electron is falling in the downward direction like this. Magnetic field lines are coming out, and a electron is flowing in this one. Then force will be on which direction? Force acting on the electron will be which direction? That we will check. So if you have already studied, if the electron is moving in this direction, in the electricity lesson you know that if the electron is moving in this direction, always the current direction will be opposite to the flow of electron. Always the current direction will be opposite to the flow of electron. Now you got the magnetic field lines coming out, and the current direction will be in the upward direction. Then force automatically will, and you will find out, very simple, no? All right, see the magnetic field lines. Okay, magnetic field lines, current will be in the upper direction, this is I. Then force acting on the electron will be in which direction? This direction. Which direction? This direction. Understood? Simply. Or you can apply the right hand palm rule. So magnetic field lines are, I will come this side, magnetic field lines are outward, right, and current direction is in the upward direction. Palm facing towards me, that means electrons coming towards east. Understood? The force acting on the electron will be in the east direction. See, understood? Okay, then all right. So after this we will do one more magic in this one. Okay, simply I will change the direction of magnetic field here. I will do the into in this. Okay, then there will be a flow of alpha particle in this, flow of beta particle in this, flow of gamma particle in this. Okay, flow of alpha, flow of beta, flow of gamma particles, but simply a direction I will change in this one. Beta particles are coming in this direction, alpha are in this direction, even gamma are going in this direction. You know, alpha particles are having the which charge? Positive charge. Gamma particles are having the which charge? Negative charge, isn't it? Okay, negative charge, these are having a positive charge. right? Alpha particles are moving in this direction, means positive charges are moving in this direction. Positive charges are moving in this direction. Positive charges are nothing but what it is. So it is a current itself. It is a current direction. So here I will simply change it, because both will become same. Even beta particles are also moving in the upward direction, means negative charges. Negative charges are nothing but what? Electrons. So the current direction will be always opposite to the flow of electron. That means here I will be in this direction. Okay, and gamma particle, you know, they are not having any charges. So simply there will not be any force acting on it. Force acting on it will be 0, 0. Okay, why? It is a neutral one. Then we will come to the alpha as well as beta particle. Right then, so if you place the alpha particles which is moving in this direction, then the magnetic field lines are moving inside. Magnetic field lines are moving inside. Alpha particles are moving in this direction. That means that is the current direction. And the force acting on the alpha particles is which direction? See here, which direction? This is magnetic field, this is flow of current, and this shows the force acting on the alpha particle. That means they will come in the west. Okay, all right. Here we will see in this one. Here the current direction will be in the downward direction. See, in the downward direction. Then the beta particles will be thrown in this direction, forced in this direction. Why? Because this shows the direction of force. Thumb shows the direction of force on the beta particles, right? Same one we will, try to identify the direction of force applied by the magnetic field with this hand, that is right hand palm rule. Okay, the magnetic field lines are inward, current direction is upward about the alpha particle, I am telling you. Then the palm directing towards me, then the force acting on the alpha particles will be towards me, Here magnetic fields are inward, current direction is downward. See, this is current direction, this is magnetic field direction. Then the palm face towards the east. That means beta particles, forced or pushed towards the east. The force acting on the beta particles will be in this direction, in the east direction. Got this point? Okay. So these are all some points. Definitely they have asked in in a previous question papers. It is very simple. Just you can play with it. Such a interesting concept it is. Give your some complete attention with it. Okay. All right. Then I will move on to the next concept. What is that? That is a motor. Motor, right? What is motor, sir? What is motor? Okay, what is motor? Motor is a very familiar device. You people have seen it in many places. Even in your toys also you have used a motor. When you were not having any small idea about a motor also, that time you were using it. When you were kid, you were using it in the toys, isn't it? Right? In the toys, simply a cell is placed in that, and that car it may be, or any robot it may be, it starts moving, it starts working. That is nothing but a motor. That means here motor is nothing but cell or electric energy. Electric energy can be converted into kinetic or mechanical energy. That device is called as motor. What is motor? Motor is a device which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Simply you put on the switch, immediately you start seeing the fan rotating. That means the electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. Right? Even in the water lifting pumps, even in the mixies, even nowadays we are using the electric motors, electrical vehicles. That may be the bikes or scooters or cars. There we are using the motor. Now I think you got the idea of motor. Why? Because you are very familiar, every day you are using that device, isn't it, to lift the water from the reservoir to a syntax which is placed in the third floor or second floor or on the roof of a house. You will lift the water by the machine itself, motor itself, isn't it? What is motor then? It is a device which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Okay. Okay, then if so, tell me the principle, sir. Principle. Just now we discussed principle. Just now we discussed a principle. What is that principle? Simply we placed a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, right? Then it has experienced a mechanical force. It was moving, it was moving when the current was in this direction, right? So that time current was in this direction. So simply we have applied a right hand palm rule or left hand rule, that. So the direction of magnetic field, current will be in this direction. The force acting on this will be in the inward direction, like this. Just now we have studied. And even if you change the direction of current, the force acting on this one will be in the outward direction, like this. Totally, a principle of motor is very simple. When a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field will experiences a mechanical force. Which force? Mechanical force. That will be the principle. That's all. Okay. And on which rule actually the motor works? Which rule? Not the principle I am asking you. Which rule? Simply just now we discussed. No. Which rule? Fleming's left hand rule or right hand palm rule. See, magnetic field lines are shown by these four fingers. Thumb will show the direction of current, right? This palm direction will show the force acting on the conductor. Palm shows the direction of force acting on the conductor. See, force acting on the conductor. Palm will be towards or inward, in the inward direction. Palm will be in the inward direction. That's it. Understood? Okay, that is principle. And Fleming's left hand rule or right hand rule will be the rule for the motor. Will be the rule for a motor. Okay. All right. So just we will construct a motor now. Right? We will construct a motor. Then we will see the the function or the working of motor. Okay. Right then. First I want to construct the DC motor. What is that DC motor, sir? Now we will see now. N and S, and here we will have a magnetic field lines. Okay, always from north to south. Very good. From north to south, I will show this in this direction. And we will take a coil like this. Coil like this. I think you people are getting clear now. Right? Okay, sir. This will be attached. This will be attached to the two half rings, split rings. I call this as the ring 1 and ring 2. Ring 1 and ring 2. Okay. And these are connected with the carbon brushes. This I will call it as a B1. This I will call it as a B2. Okay. Then it is connected to the external load. Load means what? You are giving a what? Current, no? You are giving a current, or you can say it is a switch. Plus minus. Okay. That means current will flow in which direction? Please tell me. From plus to minus, and I give a name to it, that is A, B, C, D. Assume that this is our fan. What is this? This is our fan having a blade like this. Blade like this. Okay. All right. So this is our motor, construction of motor, very simple. Place the coil. Place the coil. Okay. So but here you might have seen the motor when it is opened. This coil will be winded on the soft iron. Soft iron. Why, sir? Soft iron will increases the magnetic field effect, magnetic force effect. As we have discussed in the first video that in the solenoid, right? If you place a soft iron and pass a current in it, it increases the magnetic field. It increases the magnetic effect. That's why to increase the magnetic effect here, this wire will be winded over the soft iron. But simply now to understand the motor's structure or a construction and a function, this much is enough. Okay. This one R1 and R2 are R1 and R2 are split rings. Split rings. One ring will be cutted into two halves, that is a split ring. What is this B1 and B2, sir? B1 and B2 which completes the outer circuit, that is carbon brushes. Carbon brushes. I will show you. I have a small model of motor also. Okay. Then what is this A, B, C, D, sir? A, B, C, D is the armature. Armature or a coil you can say. A, B, C, D. So I will use this color so that it will be more colorful. Is a armature. N and S. N and S. Yes, is a strong magnets creates a magnetic field, right? Strong magnets. Okay, right then. One more point I want to highlight here. What is that? So R1 and R2 are also called as R1 and R2 are also called as, I will write here, also called as commutator. Commutator. T-A-T-O-R. Commutator. What are commutator? Split rings. It is one ring and it is cut into two halves, split rings. Split rings are called commutators. Okay. So this ring 1 and ring 2. Okay, ring 1 and ring 2, or I will take a extra name instead of taking R1 and R2, I will take S1 and S2. Otherwise, leave it like that only. Ring 1 and ring 2. Ring 1 and ring 2 are the split rings. Split rings. They are fixed with these ends. They are fixed with these ends. Suppose CD will come in this direction. If it rotates in this direction, R2 will also come in this side only, and R1 will go with the AB side like this. So this assemble, what you are seeing, A, B, C, D, R2 and R1, this assemble is a freely rotating assemble, freely rotating part in entire motor, freely rotating part in entire motor, and this will be connected with the axle. So that is our fan. You can connect a blade to it, a fan blade to it, or a mixie blade to it. Okay, right. So this is the construction of motor, and now we will see the working of motor, how it works. How it works. Simply see the direction of current, and remember B1 and B2 will be fixed, and this external load will be fixed. This will be fixed totally from this area. B1 to X, Y and B2. This will be fixed. They are not moving, they are fixed. Only this entire part is rotating. Got this point? Okay. I will show you the construction here now. You can see here. This is one second. I will show you how the ring is splitted, that I want to show you here. Okay. See, this is north, this is north, this is south, this is the I think you are getting, this is the armature. See, along with the armature, this end is connected to the one ring, one split ring, and another end of this one is connected to the another ring, and that will be connected to the which one? Carbon brushes. See here, carbon brushes. This one is B1 you can take, and B2, this one is a B2 you can take, right? This is a B2 brushes, carbon brushes. You can see the even graphite color in that, and this will be connected to the external load. If I connect this one to the battery, then it starts moving like this. It start moving like this. See, in a motor, which part is moving totally? Suppose if you connect a fan to it, if you connect a blade to it, and if you pass a current through it, it starts rotating like this. Okay, this is what the construction of motor, right? Construction of motor, DC motor, right? And these two, this what is this? A split ring, we call it as a commutator. Remember it, commutator. Okay, then now we will see the working of this motor. Current is moving in this direction. See here, current is moving from X to B1. These all parts you have to remember. I tell you, very important while writing the examination. It will be asked for 3 marks. So please take it in the mind clearly that what are these all things. Okay, all right. So current is coming from plus end and moving to the X and going to the B1 and to A, B, and it is moving like this. See the direction of current. See the direction of current coming in this direction and come this in this direction. Okay, brushes I will show you like this. These are brushes. Okay, then current will be in this direction from here to here and here like this. Okay, Y to X. Okay, then what will be the force on this one? What will be the force on this one? Suppose if it is the parallel to the magnetic field lines are like this, so there will be a very less magnetic field affecting on it. Suppose if it rotates like this, then magnetic field lines are moving inside it. Now it is like this, magnetic field lines are like this. Suppose if it rotates like this, magnetic field lines passes through it maximum. Understood? Passes through it in a more quantity. So more the magnetic field, more will be the rotation. Okay, right. All right. So first we will see the direction of force acting on this AB part. Direction of force acting on this A. I think it is not visible to you. I will try this one. A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, D. Right. So current direction will be in this direction first. Current direction will be in this direction. Then this is the magnetic field lines. Right. If the magnetic field lines are there, current direction is like this. Right. Current direction is like this. Current direction is like this. Sorry. Magnetic field lines are there. Then the force acting on the AB surface. See, my thumb is directing towards inside. No. So then it rotates like this. Then see here, CD will come this side, right? So I will draw this one more time here like this. Same thing we will take. Okay, right. N and yes, we will take with the green color. Magnetic field lines we will show it with the white color. Right. So here this is the CD phase now. D, C, it has come this side. This side it is B, A, very good. Who is that? You have learned so many things. Very good, nice. Then this end will be, yes, this is R2. Very good. I told you along with this end R2 will come. Even I had shown that in the demonstration piece. This is R1. Okay. Then brush 1 remains there here. Brush 2 remains there here. Okay. Then take the external current load plus minus. Right. All right. So when in the first picture you see here, in the first picture, so we will divide this part like this, so you can understand very easily. In the first picture, magnetic field lines are in this direction, see, and the current direction is in this direction, and the force acting on the AB face is inward. Here itself, when you come here, current direction is in this, magnetic field line direction is in this direction, CD face is coming out, CD face is coming out, see here, coming out, AB is moving inside, CD is coming out, CD is coming out. Why, sir? Because current direction is, see, current direction is inwards, current direction is inwards, then see the thumb direction coming out. Okay. So once if it comes like this, it will be like this. Then the current is always moving in this direction only, see, from X to B1 and R2 now, X to B1 and R2 and D to C, D to C, now D to C, current direction is in this direction, then CD phase will move inside, CD phase, now it has come, this is CD phase, CD phase will move once again in this direction, AB phase will come once again in this direction, same what you had seen in this figure, same you will get. So once the current start moving like this, so it starts rotating, that's it. That is the function of motor. Simply you just apply the Fleming's left hand rule or right hand palm rule, that's it. You will understand the force acting on the conductor in which direction, that's it. Okay. All right. So, sir, where we are using these motors? In the beginning itself only, when we have started discussing about the motor, there only I have told you that we are using it in so many devices that we are so familiar with those. That may be a mixie, that may be a water lifting pump, that may be a geyser, that may be a washing machine, right? So that may be our toys which are run by the electricity, all right, even our electric vehicles, right, all these are we are using motor in that. Okay, I think you have understood this, you have enjoyed a lot with this one, am I right? Okay, then so we will stop this thing now today, and we will start with one more very important concept, that is what? Simply reverse of the Oersted experiment we will see now. Reverse of the Oersted experiment. What was Oersted experiment? Oersted experiment was simply, it was when a current carrying conductor induces a magnetic field, right? That means current was giving a magnetic field. Which field? Magnetic field. Now Michael Faraday, I told you, he was experimenting so many experiments. Simply he wanted to know what happens when we take them, when we change the magnetic field. When we change the magnetic field, what happens associated with the conductor? When we change the magnetic field associated with the conductor, what happens? Simply what he did, I tell you, Michael Faraday, he has used the magnetic field. He has used the magnetic field associated with the conductor. This conductor is coiled like this and connected to a what is this, sir? This is a galvanometer, sir. Okay, right. What is this? Magnetic field. How we will get the magnetic field? Simply we have to take a current carrying conductor or a bar magnet. Take a bar magnet. That is very simple, no? Take a bar magnet. Okay. N and S, no? N and S. N and S. So magnetic field lines are moving north to south. So that means a bar magnet which is having a magnetic field around it, that is magnetic field, right? And this is the area, right? This is the area, and simply he just have moved this bar magnet into this coil. Coil is nothing but a wire itself, a conductor itself, having a insulation over it, and he has not touched that bar magnet to that conductor also. He simply pushed that bar magnet into it. Then he had immediately observed there will be a deflection in the galvanometer. There will be a deflection in the galvanometer like this. Okay. Then he simply removed that and he placed there itself for a while, and there was no deflection of a galvanometer. There was no deflection in the galvanometer, and when he has taken out that magnetic field, that magnet, bar magnet, then also he just have observed there will be a deflection in the galvanometer. So deflection in the galvanometer will give us a concept, that a idea that thus there will be a electricity induces, there will be a EMF, there will be a electromotive force induced in it. Understood? Then simply what he did, he simply keep the magnet in a resting condition, and he moved this coil into that. Then also he observed a deflection in the galvanometer. He come to a conclusion, yes, what is that? Change in flux. Change in flux along with the time induces EMF, electromotive force, that is induced current. Alright, it induces a potential difference. Understood? So that we call it as a electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction. What is induced? Electricity is induced. How you are saying that electricity is induced? We are saying no, the galvanometer is moving, right? That's it. Sir, then what is this, sir? This is flux. What is flux? Flux is nothing but it is just a multiplication of area of this conductor and magnetic field. That will be the what? That will be the flux. Okay. So, but one thing we have to remember, what is that, sir? Simply there will be a relative motion. One has to be in the resting condition, one has to move, or this has to be in the resting condition, this has to move. Isn't it? Totally there will be a change in the magnetic field, associated with the conductor induces a electromotive force, or simply if you want to say it in a simple word, induces a current in it, that is called as electromagnetic induction. See, without putting this into any wire or any electric circuit, simply we are getting the electricity. What a magic it is. That is itself a principle for us to construct a dynamo. That's it. You all are very familiar that you people are seeing so many windmills throughout this district, throughout this Gadag district, and almost all in places you are seeing nowadays these windmills are rotating like this, that mechanical energy is converting into electricity. If you ask any small kid also, he will say yes, that fan is converting that wind energy into electrical energy, isn't it? So there we are using this principle, that's it. I will tell you in detail about that dynamo. Simply the principle we are using there, electromagnetic induction. What is induced? Electricity is induced due to the change in the magnetic field, change in the flux associated with the conductor, okay, right. So before I move on to the further point in this one, just I want to highlight one more point, that we have used here in the motor force acting on the conductor is equal to current, yes, magnetic field, yes, and a length, okay, right. But in the second PUC you will learn one more extra point in this, that is sin theta also along with this. That will be the actual formula for the force acting on the current carrying conductor when it is placed in the magnetic field. Okay, this is a little bit higher to you people, but don't worry, you are already studying the trigonometry. There you are studying the sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, right? So before I discuss more detail in we will just simply take one point from it, okay, one point from it, so I was forgotten that when I was discussing about the motor. Now I got that immediately, so that I wanted to tell you that and you too can understand that it will be coming to your higher classes, okay. I told you left hand right hand palm rule. There you can see, suppose this is the magnetic field direction, and this will be the direction of current. Suppose this will be the direction of current. I will write like this. This will be the direction of current. Then force acting on this will be, just we will see, magnetic field, current direction. Both are in parallel. There is no angle. Both are in parallel. All right. No angle is nothing but 0 degree. Right. 0 degree. Sin theta is 0. Length, it may be how much? For example, take 2 meter. Magnetic field lines will be around 2 Tesla. Current will be 3 ampere. Then force is equal to 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 12 into 0, 0. Got my point? Simply that one point you just take it. That is also very important. It may be a little higher to you people, but it is very funny. It is very interesting. That's why I take it. Okay. All right. So let us move on to the same what we were discussing just within 5 minutes. Before 5 minutes, that we will take it now. This is what a magnetic flux. Magnetic flux will be shown like this. Okay, right, sir. Sir, if you want to increase the current flow in this coil, sir, then what we have to do? Very simple. Take a strong magnet. So that there will be a strong magnetic field. Okay, and rate of change of, see, whenever I have written a T means that will be a rate of change of flux. Flux means what? That is area and magnetic field. It's multiplication. It's product only it is. Okay. So rate of change of, more the rate of change of flux, more will be the current in it. Okay. All right. Then more the length of the wire, more will be the turns in this, more will be the free electron in this. Right. So how to increase the EMI or EMF, electromotive force in this? First thing, what is that? Increase the rate of change of magnetic field. Just I will write like this, it will be understood. Increase the rate of change of magnetic field, or you just take a flux. Okay. Second point, increase the length of the wire, increase the length of the wire. Third point, magnetic field should be very strong. It has to be very strong. Upward direction means very strong, right? So I will show you here, change in magnetic field. Already we did a practical session about this chapter. Please go and watch it. So I have given a title for that, that is magnetic effect of electric current and practicals. Even in the trailer, if you see it, 1 minute trailer is there. If you see in that, you will come to know, yes, what all the practicals I have done in the practical session video. Okay, right. So see here, I will show you a very simple device that we call this as the Faraday's device only. Okay, Faraday's device only. Here you can see the conductors, that is we have taken a copper wire, winded on the a bobbin, that is a plastic bobbin, and here you can see here, see there is a hole which is not which is not having any wire inside it, and I am taking a magnetic field. I am taking a magnet which is having a magnetic field around it. See, these are the magnets only, right? These are the magnets only. So this is north, this is south. Suppose south if I bring like this, see, they are not attracting, they are simply repelling. See I am holding it very loosely. See how they are dancing, right? Okay, suppose if I change the pole, now see here, I have to drag them like this to make them apart, right? See, okay, then so that means now you come to know there will be a magnetic field around it. See, then as I told you, deflection of magnetic field, here there is a coil, simply you just see here. Had you seen it? Now I will remove the magnetic field, and what I told you, there will be a relative motion. The magnetic field is moving, see, coil is in the rest condition. See, once again, see, in the anti-clockwise direction the needle has moved, and this is the galvanometer, GALVO, it is shown here, right? See, when I insert the magnetic field into the coil, a galvanometer deflects towards me, in the sense anti-clockwise. When I remove it, it is moving into the clockwise direction. I hope you people are getting very clear. That means there is a induction of electricity, right? Electricity. Even we can see suppose if I change the pole now, it is north, now I am taking the south pole. See here, south pole I am taking, then you see the deflection. See here, first it will be towards, it has to be towards the towards the east side. Suppose if you think this is north, this is south, and I am standing in the west side, and that will be the east side. We will check, yes. And when I remove it, it has to move towards me, that means towards west. See, whereas if I change the pole now, see here, first it will come towards me. See, when I remove it, it moves that side. So if I place like this stagnant only, both the magnetic field and the coil, both the things are in rest condition, are you finding any change in the needle deflection? No. That means it has to be in the relative motion only. It has to be in the relative motion only, right? Then we will see the current production also in this, EMF also. See, now you see the LED will blow here. Just see, I think you people will getting my point. See, a red color LED is blowing, right? I am not rubbing on it. See, I am not rubbing on it. Simply without touching it, a hole is there in this. Just inserting and taking out, inserting and taking out. Getting my point? I will change the pole now. This is north, south pole I am taking. Then you will see the LED bulb glowing in this side. See, red color light is glowing. This is what? Change in magnetic field or rate of change of flux associated with the conductor induces a current, that is a EMI, that is called electromagnetic induction. Okay, that's it. All right. So on this principle, on this EMI, a device will work. That device is a dynamo. Okay, we will see that. So first we will rub this. We will see the construction of dynamo first. Construction of dynamo. North, south. Okay, and I will take the wire now. Wire I will take with the green color, no, white color. I will take the white color now. It is not, giving a correct. See, wire. Same what you had seen in the motor. Same thing I am doing here. Simply, we will take the split ring. We will take S1 and S2, connected to the A, B, C, D, right? A, B, C, D. Okay. Then what has to come out? Current has to come out. Then here we will take the external load like this. You can connect the galvanometer or a small LED light, as I shown you like that. Take a light. Okay. And here, before that, I will connect this with the brush, carbon brush. Okay. Here also this side it is brush. This is brush 1, this is brush 2. Okay. Right then. This will be connected to the external end X and Y. And suppose if I have a XL here now. XL, or you can take a fan, a windmill. Okay then. Then I am not showing the current direction in this one. Why? Because I don't know in which direction the current is induced. Okay. So then you have a magnetic field lines here. I will show you with the white color, magnetic field lines from north to. This you have to remember all the time. Okay, outside the magnet it is north to south, inside the magnet south to north. Okay, this is magnetic field line from north to south. Then what will be the direction of current which is inducing in this one? What will be the direction of induced current? That we have to understand. For that, we have to make use of Fleming's right hand rule. Which rule? Fleming's right hand rule. Fleming's right hand rule. In this one, thumb will show the direction of current. Thumb will show the direction of movement of conductor, movement of conductor, and forefinger or index finger will show the magnetic field. This is direction of conductor. Okay, direction of conductor. And middle finger, always you know that already we have studied, middle finger will show the direction of current. Okay. So direction or movement of direction of current, direction of conductor or a wire you take here, wire. Here also this S1 and S2, A, B, C, D is a armature, freely rotating armature. We fixed the magnetic field. Here we are not moving the magnetic field as we did it in this. We were moving the magnetic field in this one, keeping the conductor at rest, and we were moving the magnetic field. We were changing the magnetic flux. We were changing the flux here. Whereas here simply we will keep the magnetic field in rest, and we will simply change what we will do, we will move the conductor. conductor like this. This I will place in rest, this I am moving, right. So that we are doing now right here. Okay. Okay. Then what will be the direction of induced current, that we have to see. For that we have to take a Fleming's right hand rule. Please do remember, it is going to ask for 2 marks. State a Fleming's right hand rule. Very simple. Stretch your first 3 fingers of right hand, thumb, forefinger or index finger and middle finger. So always this will show the forefinger or index finger will show the magnetic field. Okay, magnetic field. Okay, and this thumb will show the direction of the conductor, direction of movement of conductor. Suppose the movement of conductor will be inward like this, then will be inward like this, then the current production will be in which direction? Yes, current will be in this direction. Okay, see here, magnetic field lines are like this, current will be in the lower direction and movement of conductor will be in the inward direction. Okay, so simply say that stretch your first 3 fingers of right hand, in that thumb will show the direction of movement of conductor, forefinger will show the direction of magnetic field and middle finger will show the direction of induced current. Please do remember, induced current. Okay, right. Here I have given you induced current. This is a induced current. IC means induced current. I is nothing but current itself only. Okay, right then. So then we will see the construction is over. This is a DC dynamo. Which dynamo it is? DC dynamo. Why we have used a commutator in this? Split ring is also called as a commutator. You know that. Here we have used a split ring. Okay. Then let us see the direction of current from which to which side it will be. So if it is moving like this inward, then the current direction will be always from A to S1. I will write here A to S1, S1 to B1, B1 to X2Y, X2Y, X2Y it is. Okay, and when it is moved like this, when suppose it is rotated in the which direction? In this direction. Suppose it is moved in this direction, right? Then the AB part will move inside, CD will come this side, no, right? Come like this. Okay, then S2 will also come this side. All this will shift toward this. Same thing we will see here, N, S, okay, and our C and D will come here, B and A will be here, these two are connected here like this to the S2, split ring 2, and I told you always brushes are fixed. This is once again B1, I will write down so that we can have a clear direction for the current, and brush 2. Now we will take, so it was current was moving in this direction that time. Now we will see X2Y. Okay, now once again same, if you are in the in this direction only, if you are moving this in this direction only like this, then CD will move inside, CD phase will move inside, then the flow of current direction will be in the D2, see here, D2 S2, D2 S2, S2 to B1, B1 to which direction? XY, X2Y. So that means in the DC dynamo always current flows in which direction? Only x to y, right? So x to y. Then C go inside, CD phase will go inside, AB phase will once again come in like this. So always x to y, the direction of current will be x to y only. Simply apply the which rule? Right hand rule, Fleming's right hand rule. Here also you can apply the right hand rule. Here you see here the current direction will be in this. So from here it will come and it will go like this. So current direction will be in this. So then it comes, CD phase will come which side? See the thumb direction, it comes in the upward direction. Here AB phase will move inside. Simply apply the right hand rule to it. Very simple, there is no any confusing in it. You can very easily understand this thing. I hope you have understood. Okay, this is what? A DC dynamo. Okay, so a small change in this DC dynamo I will show you here. DC dynamo. Okay, I will show you 1 second. Right, so I hope you people will get this. Suppose I had shown it already in the experiment also. One more time I want to show you here. So I think you can see it. I am rotating this like this. Think that this is AB phase moving inside like this. This is CD phase coming up, right? So if it is so, then you can see there the deflection of current will be only in the clockwise direction. Deflection of this needle will be only in the clockwise direction. See, the current is generating here. So deflection of needle you can see there in the clockwise direction only, right? In the clockwise direction. See here, right? It is not coming in the anti-clockwise direction. Towards me it is not coming, right? Always it is in the clockwise direction only. And this is the construction of DC dynamo. See here. So the split rings and the carbon brushes north to south, and this is a armature, right? Armature and armature, strong magnetic field north to south, right? So if you want to increase the induced current, then what you have to do? This wire you have to wind it to a soft iron. Then as you know that it simply takes or increases the magnetic field. So more, as I discussed in the previous point, more the magnetic field, more will be the induced current. Okay, this is a structure of DC dynamo. Okay, right. All right. So I will show you Fleming's right hand rule, as we just discussed. Fleming's right hand rule. One more time I will show you here. This already I had shown it in the practical session. Okay, in the practical session, here you can see. So I am not able to hold it properly, still I will try. Here it is a magnetic field. I think it is not visible to you. Okay, then we will do one thing. In the practical session I had explained it, you can check it there only, because here I am not comfortable to show it. Don't worry, you can see it, you can check it in the practical session video. Okay, all right. So we will take a small change in this. What is that? Instead of this split ring, I will take a slip ring. I will take a slip ring. Okay, here itself only I will make a small change. I will make. Okay, this is first ring, ring 1, slip ring 1. Okay, and this is connected to the brush 1, brush 1, brush 1, that is connected to the load. This is the load. Okay, right. Then here this is the one end of the wire is connected here, another end of wire is connected here, like this. Okay, right. Then this is connected to this, this is connected to this. This is R1, whereas this one is R2. We will take out this. This is R2. This is brush 2. Okay, brush 2. Right. Then now we will see the direction of current. Now this is the which dynamo? AC dynamo. AC dynamo. Here also we will make a small change, same like this only. So after discussing this, we will go there. This we will alter it a little bit later. First we will discuss it now. Suppose same, once again take a Fleming's right hand rule. Magnetic field is in this direction. If the current if the AB is moving in this direction, AB is moving in this direction, see here, AB is moving in this direction, then I told you B1 and B2 are fixed, R1 and R2 will move, that also I will show you. So will move entirely this part A, B, C, D, R1 and R2, we call that as a armature. Okay, right. So if the AB is moving inward, then the current flow or the induced current will be from A to R2. A to, see here, A to, I will take from here B to A, B to A, then A to R2, R2 to B2, B2 to X to Y, X to Y. What is this? The current direction it is, current direction. Okay, right. Then suppose if it is moved like this, then CD will come this side, AB will be in this direction. Okay, right. So along with the CD, what has come here? The R1 has also come. R1 is this side it is, right. So this is R1 here. See here, it is very important, I tell you, this is brush, no, it is brush 1, B1, okay, right. Here you can see along with the AB, which has come, R2 has come here this side. So it was which side? Right, like this. Which is connected to B2. See here, it is connected to B2. Hopefully I am taking more time, no problem, you will understand more neatly. That's why nothing will happen. Once if you understand this thing, you will enjoy like anything. Okay, right. This is B2. This is once again, it will not touch with, yes, it is touched with this. It is touched with this. Okay, right. See here, it is touched with this. Now entire same picture is here. Okay, right. Then now the direction of current we have to see now. Direction of current in the AC dynamo, ACD, whereas in the previous point we have discussed the direction of current in the DC dynamo always in the only one direction, whereas here we will discuss the direction of current after every half turn. What will be the direction of current. See, same, if I move like this in the same clockwise direction, right, clockwise direction, so CD phase will go inside, then CD phase will go inside, current direction will be from, see here, from C to D, D to, see here, D to which ring it is? I have forgotten to write. So this is R2, this is R2, this is R1. See, current has come here. See, current has come here. See, where it is touching? It is touching to the R1. It is touching to the R1. R1 is touching to the C to D. Then R1, R1 to B1, B1 to, see, B1 to Y, Y to X. Y to X. Now the light is glowing. This is what? After every half turn, current will go X to Y and Y to X. In one complete turn, in one A to B, if it is like this, then current will go in the X to Y direction. Then from CD to AB, current will come in the Y to X direction, right? In one complete rotation, this is half rotation, right? So one complete rotation, in the sense the same phase has to come back once again. Okay, so this is half rotation and this is half rotation. In one complete face to face rotation, we will have a 2 times, 1 time and second time, right? Current will change its direction in 2 time, so that is called as alternate current. AC dynamo, alternate current, we will call that as a alternate current. AC dynamo will generate alternate current. Understood? Okay then. So that is a function of or a working of AC dynamo. Now we will see the difference between AC and DC dynamo. Both will work on the Fleming's right hand rule. Both will work on the principle of EMI, electromagnetic induction, and only small difference. What is that? Here in the previous diagram we have used split ring, whereas here we are using the slip ring. Please note it down. Here we are using the slip ring. There we have used split ring, right? Split ring. Here we are using the slip ring. And here the current direction will be like this. Whereas in the DC dynamo, you can make a separate chart. Just I am not doing that because of the lack of time. This is symbol for a DC dynamo. This is a symbol for AC dynamo. You can show like this. Here you can show like this, the direction. Okay, right. And that is about the DC and AC dynamos difference. Okay, and now I will come to the difference between dynamo and motor. A small points, 2-3 points I will take. Dynamo and motor. Otherwise we will do one thing. I think we are crossing the time now. We will do the video on difference between DC and AC, motor and dynamo, and even we will discuss some more points, especially about the domestic wiring in one more video, isn't it? Okay then. So we will see it. We will see all those things in the next video. Till then, take care. Please go through the books also, and I tell you one more time, please subscribe my channel and share the videos to your friends if you are liking. Okay, and hit the bell icon, and I need your support that increases our energy once if you subscribe our channel. Okay, all right then, see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Jai Hind.